Hey guys, this is Dana, and this is episode number 69 of the Ask a Question show, the show in which you ask a question about any type of narcissistic or otherwise abusive or toxic relationship or situation, and I, along with the rest of the community here, will do our very best to help answer it. Our goal is to give you the feedback and the support that you need so that you can move forward in getting all of the clarity, closure, and healing possible. And so today's question comes from Andrea. Andrea asks, Dear Dana, I have known this covert narcissist for the past 6 years. He love bombed me endlessly and made me feel like the most wonderful person on this earth, and I fell head over heels for him. I loved his good bits, and I still do, because they are really good. I moved an hour away from my home to be near him. Our secret relationship has been on and off umpteen times since then. He described his wife as a cold housewife living a cloistered life with no interests or hobbies. He has one official Facebook profile and several fake ones, which I discovered on Facebook and dating sites for supply when he gets bored. His wife has no idea. He just won't separate from her, and she is fiercely holding on to this marriage, flaunting this happy family image with the backing of their 24-year-old daughter, who is a terrible, overt narcissist herself. His wife recently opened a Facebook profile, and the narcissist told me she's been asking about me, in response to which it seems he offered a fair amount of very convincing half-truths. And now he's hoovering me yet again. The temptation is strong to speak to her in a down-to-earth way, but how should I do this? Thanks for your advice. Okay, I find it oh, there's so many things here. I find it really interesting that out of everything that's going on in this situation, your one question is, how do you talk to her? So, and the reason I think that that's an interesting focus for you to have is it's totally irrelevant. You are wrapped up with a guy who is a liar. He's a manipulator. He's a cheater. He lacks empathy. He lacks remorse. He continues to do this. He's selfish. He's entitled. Yeah, the good times are really good. That's how people stay sucked into these relationships. The good times are really good. They're too good, right? They're like fairy tale good. But the bad times are really bad. They're like Lifetime TV movie bad. And he is not he's this guy's trouble with a capital T. So I would encourage you to turn your focus inward and to look at yourself and to figure out how on earth, asking yourself, how on earth did I get tangled up with this married man who has obviously no desire to leave his wife, and he lies and he cheats, and he's highly manipulative. What about that is attractive? Yes, the love bombing makes a person feel really, really good. That's why they do it. But all of the deal breaker behavior, it's important that you see that, because it's the same guy, right? I mean, and that's again why people stay sucked into these dynamics. This is why his wife is still sticking around, because I can guarantee you this picture he painted of her, of being this sad, pathetic little mousy homebody, is him making himself the victim of her. And the reality is, she may or may not be like that, but he is, he's been manipulating her as well. So he's probably been, I find it really hard to believe she's been with him for at least 24 years and this hasn't come up before, right? So she probably knows that she's married to at least on some level, that she's married to a liar and a cheater and a master manipulator. She knows this. She's been probably dealing with this for at least 24 years. So, but he's manipulating her, and he's spinning it by saying, by twisting it and making it seem like all these other women are the problem, right? Like just kind of how he made her seem like she's the problem. He's making to her seem like you're the problem, or these other women are the problem, or that she's the problem, right? Like, well, if she just was more attentive and more loving, he wouldn't have to go out and cheat, or that he cheated because these other women are throwing themselves at him, or whatever. There's no shortage of excuses with these people. But the one thing that there is a shortage of is a true level of accountability and responsibility and lasting change for their behavior, because they can really do a good job at giving lip service to pretending like they have some sort of insight finally, and that they really will change, but their behavior is consistent, and it shows that they don't change. So that's something that both you and her need to look at. But she's not going to listen to you. She's been with this man for 24 years. She's highly invested, obviously, in keeping this marriage going, even though she's married to an illusion, a mirage, right? And it's hard to walk away from that, because if she were to walk away now, then she also is going to have to admit to herself that this has been going on for a long time. And it's one thing to kind of realize that he's, a liar and a cheater and a manipulator now, but it's a whole nother thing for her to accept that she's been lied to, cheated on, and manipulated for 24 plus years, because that's just a hard pill for anybody to swallow. So there is no power, there is no benefit in talking to her. She's not going to hear you. It's not going to end well. It's probably going to just waste more time and energy and your emotions. That can be better spent doing pretty much anything else, really, is what it boils down to. So I would encourage you to use this situation that you are in as a sign that it's time for some introspection on your part, to ask yourself, how on earth did I get here? And to examine your standards and your boundaries and your own cognitive dissonance in that, and your own empty buckets. And so I'm going to be linking to those videos. I really encourage you to watch them, and hopefully that will kind of shine some light on to possibly kind of some other stuff that's going on within you as to what made you vulnerable to getting tangled up with somebody like this. So that's what I have for you. I will be really curious to see what everybody else has to say. And as always, lots of love to you guys. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can move forward and heal from this. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.